Hello there. Welcome back to Tales from Tashi Station. Well, guys, how's everybody's week? Good week? Good weekend? Yeah? Good to hear it. All right. So, this is part 2 of part 3 of my Mara Jade character breakdown. I'm going to break up this to 3 parts because Mara Jade's got a very rich history and I wanted to do my best to cover her entire arc from start to close. So this is gonna pretty much be the middle of her of her character arc in Legends. So if you guys want to check out the first episode I did, the episode link is going to be in the description below. So without further ado, hey Chewy, do us a favor. Let's punch this thing. Let's get into it. All right. So at the end of the first breakdown episode, we ended with Mara Jade being rescued by Kyle Katarn. And because of this, she seeks him out to be trained in as a Jedi in the Jedi arts. And he agrees to take her on as an apprentice. So they've got the Padawan and Master relationship. And during one of their first missions together, she finds out that the Dark Empire, that's Palpatine's reborn Sith Empire, has their eyes on the planet known as Droman Kos. And she goes to investigate as Kyle has just up and gone missing. And the intel that she found pointed him to this planet. So she goes looking, um, fights her way through the planet until she happens upon a Sith temple. And she finds Kyle now fully bathed in the power of the dark side. And this is a pretty pivotal moment for both characters. It's a pivotal moment in Kyle's career as a Jedi because this is where, after this sequence of events, he cuts himself off from the Force and becomes a smuggler again, which I'll get to in a second. And for Mara, this kind of solidifies that she has fully renounced the dark side, and it it's a big turning point in her character arc to not only renounce the dark side but fight against it and bring her master back to the light. The two fight, and right before Kyle kills her, Mara turns her lightsaber off, surrenders, and because of this, brings Kyle back to the light. As, like I said, Kyle renounces the Jedi way, and becomes a smuggler once more. And that's where the events of his character arc in Jedi Outcast begins. And if you haven't played that game or don't know who that character is, I did a breakdown, one of my first videos. I'll actually put that in the description as well because both of these characters kind of just go together. Kyle is Luke's right hand man. In Legends, he's his lieutenant. He's his battle master. He's his, outside of Leia and Mara, his most trusted advisor, his closest friend. And I did a really in-depth breakdown of his character a while back. So definitely go take that, give that a look, and let me know what you think. So with that happening, Mara refuses the dark side, saves Kyle, and after this, like I said, Palpatine. This is after Palpatine returns. In Legends, and he attempts to recruit her back into the fold and make her the Emperor's hand once more. However, she turns away from him, siding with the New Republic as they are evacuating Coruscant. After his defeat, she returns to the Jedi Academy on Yavin 4 to continue her training as she and a new recruit, Katarn Horn, who again is a excuse my wordplay here, legendary Legends character. He's up there with Kyle, Mara, even Legends Luke as like one of the go-to characters in Legends, especially post return timeline. I could do a whole breakdown of him, which I might just do that. And anyway, so her and Katarn Horn begin something of a healthy rivalry throughout their training, which actually helped them when they had to defeat the spirit the of the ancient Sith known as Exar Kun. And for those that don't know, Exar Kun is in Legends a very, very powerful Sith Lord. He's another one of those characters that I could break down, and I might just break down because in Legends, he's very powerful. That's the thing about Legends. The power scaling, it gets a little wonky. I mean, in Legends, Luke is essentially like 100 times more powerful than Anakin by the time he fights Abeloth, and he could barely contain Abeloth. But then again, different story for a different time. So, anywho, they defeat the spirit of Exar Kun, after which she leaves the Jedi again and becomes the leader of the Smuggling Alliance. She would go on for years helping Lando and Talon Card again throughout the Smugglers Alliance, and she just goes back into her old ways as a smuggler, helping Talon Card, being his like right hand woman. And throughout this period of her life, she's helping Talon, she's helping Lando, she's helping the Solos. She saves Luke from time to time here and there. They keep bumping into each other, and eventually she marries Luke and ends her association with Talon Card. At the end of this relationship, she and Luke have an encounter with Chiss, known as the Outbound Flight Incident, with this being the last mission that she does for Talon Card, where they have to not only fight the Chiss, but the Imperial remnants and a ton of Droidekas. And after this, after all of this, she takes her niece Jaina Solo as her apprentice. As two things happen, she picks up some kind of like a viral infection, and on top of that, this is where the war with the Yuzong Vong begins. And that, my friends, is where we are going to cut it this week. Much shorter video than what I'm used to. And I apologize. But that's all I've got this week. This next period, her last like her quote third act of her story is very, very good. Not going to spoil anything, but the war with the Yuzong Vong and the end of her story is some of my best, some of my favorite things in Legends canon. So uh, I hope you guys enjoyed this. And like I said, if you want a little bit more of an understanding, watch my other video on Mara and my Kyle breakdown. Both of those are going to be in the links below. And well, I hope you guys enjoyed this, and I will see you on the other side. Till next time, may the force be with you.